Hello and howdy. Today's industrial build will be a European industrial build inspired from a commercial or industrial hub in the west of Edinburgh. This place is packed with car showrooms and industries and service showrooms, and we are going to make the most boring developments in any city fun and easy in some step-by-step format. And before we move on, if you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new and enjoying the content. And thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of it. I will quickly do the necessary terraforming here, which involves correcting the highway and then sloping the terrain. We have chosen this place because of the wind pattern of this place, which flows kind of in northeast direction of the screen to the outside connections. Now we will come over here and make a proper roundabout using continuous tool and 3-lane highway. We are not using the pre-made ones, as I will do my own detailing for this roundabout. Then I will choose this 15-meter narrow 4-lane with shoulder road that I made, which will become our main road, acting as a sort of a collector or arterial for the industry. Now I want to place Tygon's cargo station here, so I will go ahead and draw out a connection from there as it matches perfectly with the height. So now for the type of cargo station, we are going to go with a general freight yard that will accept all the goods, as the industry that we are building is also a general industry. Now that we have connected the station with the road and connected the tracks, we can move on to building the actual layout of our industry, and we are going to tackle that by building another secondary main road going perpendicular to the main road, and this is going to be an 11-meter industrial 2-lane road. Now to really get the big generic industries or car factories type of look, we are going to abuse find it to our needs and place almost all the big signature industrial buildings paired with a couple of commercials here and there. So we are going to start with the dairy house, which we will place at this corner beside the roundabout and draw out a road on its back. Now I will use alley roads to make a connection over here so that I can place a pharma building here and make a few frames here and there. Now switching to SwitchCon factory, because of its large footprint area and how sprawling it looks, this will fit nicely beside the highway or expressway that is passing by. As you can see the backside of the factory as you pass by this industrial area. Okay, now we need a secondary connection for our industrial hub, as we all know how bad it can get later down the line with only one access point. So we will connect it with this highway road. So for that I will start the curve over here and then bring the road from here up close so that I can connect them nicely like so. Then coming over here for the connection, I will draw out the alley road, and then using the rams we will connect it in this sort of pattern, and we will also ban a few not so necessary turns on the roads, as we know why. Now we will draw out a connection from the road that we just made, and this will go at an angle. Then a connection from the collector itself. Now we will be placing some more buildings, starting with the ground earth signature building, which will fit perfectly on top right corner. Then we have this muscle car garage building from the commercial, which will go on the top left corner. Then one stop station building right beside this pharma building. then the supermarket on the main street just south of the dairy house, and now a small montage of me building some big blocks using the alley roads. After that, I will pick up the auto center and place it here, and this server farm back here on the left. I think we will have to remove the road and Plop, and a recycling center over here in the center. Now I think about it, I want a commercial and warehouse related buildings on the left of arterial and rest on the right due to the pollution. So pharma going here on the left and recycling center on the extreme right, and the petrol station coming to the collector road. Yeah, I think this will work. And closing things up with a fuel plant on the bottom right. And now it looks good with all the larger buildings in place. And as I briefly mentioned earlier, left side of the main street will act as a more of cleaner side of the hub, whereas right side will be not so much cleaner side with chimneys and smokestacks. And with this, we can finally move on to step number 2, which is plop, 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 and cue our montage of plopping the industrial buildings and the blocks that we made, and make smaller ones where needed. Just for some of you guys who don't know this, you can go to find it option settings, and here you can assign a key to select a random asset to whatever is being shown in find it. I have my J key as assigned for it. So all you have to do is after plopping, hit J or hit the key, and it will select the random asset, plop, and repeat the same, just like what I'm doing here. I will leave some spaces empty and place a parking lot instead, just so we have some parking for folks who will come over here for work. And with that, we have finished the plopping. A little over 30 minutes, not that bad, could have been worse. And after a total of 11 hours spent plopping each building. But you can see how everything is coming up all nicely. Now we can move on to filling some of the gaps like these ones with surfaces. So starting with the gravel surfaces, we will replace it by the Harris's mud filler overlay surface, as it's a much better gravel or mud texture. And oh, by the way, we are using area bucket mod for this task. Just a heads up. Then using the fill tool of the same mod, I will fill empty spaces with dark asphalt surface with these settings. And in some areas we will also place grass texture. So I have found this grass texture or surface in the Bromanten's pack which works really good as an alternate to other grass surfaces. Not only it looks good up close, but up far it gives a nice textured look, and you can see how this is looking, especially right at the main entrance with the new grass texture. So in the future, when we will come back to Benton County, we will be making a proper interchange on this highway or expressway that will connect with the industrial hub and extend long way cutting through there, as currently the traffic from far away is coming via a starting town through the small bridge which is going through the farms and then the highway and then to the hub. So you can guess the chaos that could happen. So we have made the layout, done the plopping, filled in the gaps, and now we can move on to the detailing aspects of this game, starting with dirt and grunge. So we will start with a stain decal and we will use the line tool, turn on the random rotation and decrease the spacing to its lowest value with some spacing and offset variation, and start pasting them. And currently you can tell that we may be overdoing the dirt decal, but the best part about this is you can select the place multiple tool and just right click to remove this specific dirt decal later on if you need to do so, which I did as it was a bit too much. And soon enough you will see it has added a bit of texture to the place. Now to enhance the texture of the asphalt or pavement even more, we will come back to the Real Vision decals and start pasting this Texture 24 Park decal. The best way to place it, what I've found would be to keep it at either negative 0.3 meters or negative 0.4 meters of elevation. Okay, so now let's take a break from there and rotate the camera and come over here, and let's detail the surrounding of this railway station. I will be honest, this detailing that I'm about to do, I've learned this from the legend Imperator. So we will choose this gravel surface and this will go right around the tracks and the road. This kind of gives a look of a broken gravel area or some gravel surfaces or gravel texture that is coming out of the tracks, and it's just not a hard stop and a nice fade out. Then we have this thin gravel surface that is a bit more muddy version of it, which will go in between the gaps, acting as a sort of like transition layer to the grass. And not gonna lie, it is looking pretty good. Now we will be placing the shrubs and bushes and trees. So let's cue the montage. And you guys know how we place bushes and trees and everything. So again, we will be using the line tool and then choosing the spacing and offset variation, spacing variation as we want, and then we can just place it here and there. We are coming to the end and it's time for the last layer of detailing. So starting with this giant open space, we are going to convert it into a back alley, storage or transfer area where you can load the goods to the trucks. So a few storage props scattered outside over here and followed by some containers and then followed by some trucks and the trailers. Then we will have a generator which is properly fenced in, and I think a few more tire mark decals over here won't hurt. Then for cherry on top, we will be adding some fallen leaves and litter decals scattered around here, followed by some safety cones to fill in the remaining gaps. Then we will move to a different area, and over here we will start with the storage props over here again, with the barrels and with some cardboard piles over here, and then we'll add some of these concrete barriers, then a few more tire mark decals, and followed by some rooms over here for security guards or for other reasons. Then we'll move to this area right beside it, and we have these open spaces over here, so we will fill these with smaller commercial buildings, and then last 3 cells will be our small pocket parks that we have got in the detailers patch, and then placing around some trees here and there just to fill up the space as much as we can. Then we'll move to another area where we will again start with these pallets, and then we'll move on to some real vision decals for the ground, and then some tire marks and some more safety cones and here and there, just to make things even better and to guide where things are and where things should be. Then we have this L shape over here, so again starting with the storage props, cables here and there, some barriers, then some trucks and cars over here, just to show that this is some sort of like loading area and storage area. And it's basically this all throughout, so I will cue in a little bit small montage of detailing, and then we will take a look at the finished piece. And you can see how this is looking, and everything is finished and it's looking really good. So you can see this is the main arterial road over here, which is our birch lane. Then we have our collector that is going over here, and then on the left side we have more of the cleaner side of the industrial hub, so there is no smokestack over here. And then on the right side is a more of like not so much cleaner, where we have quite a lot of smokestacks, as you can see. So let's start from the upper side of the industrial hub, where we have our railway station, and you can clearly see how this is looking with the detailing that we did over here. and this is also filling up nicely. So it's not like this is not functional, it is, but it is slowly and slowly filling up, as we don't have that much need for the goods and all, so it's just slowly and slowly filling up. And then if you look over here, then this is how our final product is looking. So the main back alley storage area that I showed you, that we worked on together, so this is how it's looking. So this is the entrance over here. Then you can see that we have some generator over here, some trailers and trucks, and then some storage units over here. We decorated this one, but the rest of it, you can see these are slowly and slowly filling up. And we have detailed these corners over here, then the barriers over here, then this corner over here. And if we look up over here, then you can see some bush detailing around this auto center, and then a few smaller types of detailing with these sort of tanks over here. And then we decorated this together, so this area with some pallets and some safety cones. So you have the bigger buildings that we placed like right away at first while making the layout, and then you have the main other buildings over here just to fill up the gaps here and there. Then we have some parking over here, and you can see how things are looking over here. So this is our industrial hub of Benton County, right beside our European farm over here. And in the next episode, when we will come back to Benton County, we will be building an interchange over here that will not only connect the industrial hub with the actual main highway, but also the highway or interchange will connect this pleasant highway over here, and then it will also break off to that over there. So it will go quite far, and then maybe later on we can merge it with this Lafayette Street, which will, we will change it to a highway. But this is where we can take it, or we can also connect it with the couplet system that is coming from our Suzuki interchange over here. This is our industrial hub over here, and I hope you enjoyed the video and you learned something over here. And if you did, then please leave a like and do subscribe if you keep coming back to the channel, or if you enjoy my content. And do follow my Twitch. I stream almost every alternate day. And join my Patreon account to get access to some early screenshots of the builds or some exclusive rooms on my Discord, and be thanked from bottom of my heart at the end of the videos, or in middle of it, or in the starting, or dictate what I build in City Skylines 2 or what I do in other games, and get access to some save files of City Skylines 2, or make some important decisions for the channel, or what games I play, or have districts or roads be named after you in City Skylines 2. So if you want any of those things, or if you want to support me and what I do, then again join my Patreon, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, enjoy the cinematics and happy building.